Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to Pandas playlist. So guys, today we'll talk about more new functions for our data manipulation of our data frame. So basically in today's lecture I imported again our Pandas package from our Anaconda distribution, and then this is my dictionary which I have made up. So D is equal to, so first, second, third, fourth are nothing but my columns, or you can say in terms of dictionary it is my keys, and there is this list which is nothing but my the data. So this is my dictionary, and then I pass this D as my data to my data frame. You'll be able to find it over here, and the indexes that I have overridden, instead of default I'm using this particular indexes A, B, C, D, E. So this becomes my data frame, DD data frame, right? So today we'll talk about how to reset and set your indexes, right? So for this example DD, I have set my index as my own index. I have given my own index A, B, C, D, E. Now suppose there is this requirement where you need to set your default indexes again, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then what you should do, there is this function called as data frame dot reset underscore index. Use this function where my data frame is nothing but dd dot reset underscore index. Then what I need to do, okay, one second guys, if I just delete all this and just I execute this, let's see what happens. Yeah, so if I write only this function dd data frame dot reset index and then give this parenthesis, then it will execute it and it will show me the default indexes. You will be able to find 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But when I just try to execute my data frame, you will be able to find that this is not any permanent fix, right? It's still in ABCD. It is just a temporary thing that it is changing it to my default indexes. So what should we do over here? If I press shift and tab, you will be able to find the definition of it. It says in place is false. We already know what in place is. If you make in place equal to true, it means it will it will make it as permanent change, right? So if I write in place equals to true, and if I execute it and then I execute my dd, then you'll be able to find that this particular modification of my index is now permanent. Now I'm able to find my by default indexes over here. So this is how we can reset our indexes, right? So moving on, there is this one more function called a set index, where you can set your indexes. Now suppose this is my data frame, right? DD that you are seeing right now. So suppose I need to make this third named column as my index. Then we easily use this set index, or we have already seen one more parameter which is nothing but index underscore column, which we can use inside our parameter, and this is the same thing which you are seeing in function set underscore index. We can set one of our column as index, and the in place equal to true means it will make the change permanent. If I execute this, you will be able to find, okay, one second guys, okay, dd dot set index. Let me execute this. It says something missing. Okay, third is not in the column, strange. Let me just see once. Okay, third, yeah, over here you'll be able to find the third has now become my indexes. Now it is treating index as my third named column. So this is how we can set and reset our indexes in our pandas. Now we already seen this kind of data frame in our previous video tutorials. So I have nothing but reading my CSV file, and I have set my index call here. So this is the parameter that I was talking about earlier, where I'm setting my key 1 and key 2, which was earlier as columns, to my indexes. So I'm making these two column header as my index. So you will be able to find this value 1 and value 2 are nothing but my columns, and key 1 and key 2 are nothing but my rows indexes, right? Now we already know how to access our columns and rows by using a dot I mean data frame dot log or data frame dot the column names. Let's try with this also. So I'm using this data frame called as a. Let me just execute it again. So this is my data frame A. I'm doing what? A dot loc, which is nothing but for giving me row level of data. And then what I'm trying to do, only this one is nothing but my this one, which contains key 2 of abcd, key 2 values of abcd, and the first 4 rows. One is nothing but these 4 rows. If I execute this, you will be able to find it is giving me for key 1 value equal to 1, and it is giving me all the data of that. Now suppose I have a requirement where I need to access this data 2 of value 2, the first row. You will be able to find there is this 2 data, 2 integer in my value 2. I need to access this, so we know how to go to that. First we need to go to key 1, then we need to go to key 2. Inside key 2 we need to go to a, then we need to go to value 2. So for now, in this in 63 cell, I have got to my key 1. Now I need to go to key 2, that is a. So I have to use this dot log function again to go into my nested, or you can say multi-indexing. This is nothing but multi-indexing. So from using dot log, okay, I have just delete this so that it does not confuse. I am using this dot log again, and now I am going to B. If I execute this, you will be able to find I am getting this data 3 and 4. So this is 3 and 4. Okay, I need to go to A. I'll change this to A. No issues in that. So we can access any data. It is very easy. So dot log 1 key 1, dot log a key 2. Now I need to go to value 2. We know value 2 is nothing but my column, and we know how to give our rows and columns in log function, right? We need to give comma. This is first is row parameter, second will be my column is my value 2, and then I'll close the bracket. Then I execute this. Now I have reached till value 2, which is nothing but integer 2. This is my data. So this is how we can reach our data in a data frame, by multi-indexing, by using this loc and my by using my loc functions. So moving on. Okay, this is my data frame. You'll be able to find we have two NaN values. Now we'll see how to drop Na values and how to fill Na values. So this is, we do not use this kind of function on a daily basis, but still it's good to see through this. So I have this data frame df. Df is nothing but my data frame which contains this kind of data frame. Now I'm using this function called as drop Na. What does this function do? As the name suggests, it will drop all my Na values, and then we can set our axis as well. If I just delete this, by default axis equal to 0, and we know what axis equal to 0, it means it will do on row level indexes, perform the operation on row level data. If I execute this df.drop_na, we'll be able to find there is only one row 2. Why? It will drop entire row where my data is NaN, or not a number, or null. So you'll be able to find in my 0th index of row, there is one NaN in my message column. It deleted that because it found one Na value. In one or first index of my row, you'll be able to find there is this NaN value in my column C. It deleted that. Now only thing is left is second index of row, and there is no Na value. So it is giving only that data, and it is dropping entire data set where there is any Na values. So if I execute this df again, the original data frame, we'll be able to find that this only did the temporary changes. Again, we know how to make it as permanent using in place equal to true. Okay, I'm not going to show this because I think it's very clear to you now how to do permanent changes. Now coming to our next function, which is equal to fill any. Now, as the name suggests, drop Na will drop all the Na values wherever you will be able to find in rows and columns. And one more thing, if you need to do anything on column level basis, just use axis equal to 1 in our parameter drop Na. So if I use axis equal to 1, it was 0 by default. Now 1 means it will do column level changes, means wherever there is NaN values in my column, it will drop all that columns. See, C and message columns are dropped, and we are left with something A, B, D columns. So it's very easy, guys. Now moving on, fill Na is nothing but it will fill all my Na values with none. Whatever value you give over here, it will fill it with that. So for now, for this example, I'm using this none. So wherever it was NaN, over here, it has filled it with NONE, none. In these two places, you will be able to find. So this was the fourth function that I need to explain. The last for today's tutorial is transpose. Now what do you mean by transpose? Transpose is nothing but interchanging my rows and columns. Means my rows becomes my columns and my columns becomes rows. So over here you will be able to find there are 5 columns, something A, B, C, D, message, sorry 6. And there are 3 rows, 0, 1, 2. If we need to transpose, means interchanging our rows and columns, use this function called as data frame dot transpose. So if I execute this, you will be able to find now the 0, 1, 2, which was in original data frame, which was my rows, has become now columns, and something A, B, C, D message became my row indexes. Now these are my row indexes and this is my column. So this is how easily we can manipulate our data. So this is it guys for today's video. In coming tutorial we'll able to find matrices and we'll go to NumPy with a different playlist. So thank you so much guys for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe. Stay healthy, stay fit. Bye bye.